has been good to us over the past 24 years. I've seen Pembroke when all the stores up there in Pembroke, we had 3 grocery stores and we had dry goods stores. The Love's truck stop was the first one to come in down there, and then the mega plant said it was coming, and boom, and there it was.
In coastal Georgia, the largest investment in the state, maybe one of the largest in the country, in the Hyundai Motor Group America plant.
Talk about young people. Is that the option for somebody who needs like a basketball goal and a garage full of sports?
So there's 10,000 jobs there, and with that came an additional 5,000 to 7,000 other jobs in suppliers that support that. So we made a tool that could estimate, based on current commuting patterns, because that's the best we have, the impact regionally. If 10,000 jobs are created, how many households is that? How many school children is that? Communities can start to plan for that impact, for business, for residential, for government services. So then really be able to harness that economic development, maintain their quality of life.
The housing study will help inform, not only where we should see housing, what type of housing.
But I speak in the language of, how does this community feel to you? What do you like? If I show you this, do you like this? If you like it, does it matter if it's 10 units per acre or 8 or 6 or 5 or 2? No, I like this. This feels good. This feels like the town I want. You've got one bite at the apple. So to see communities sort of get the investment that they've had now is very exciting.
Butler Tiger. Yeah, can I help you?
Welcome to Georgia Tech. We are right here in Midtown Atlanta, which means there's some super cool places that are just a few minutes away. So today, we're going to explore some of the best places that are close to campus, whether you're a current Yellow Jacket or thinking about becoming one.
Right now, we're standing in Tech Square, one of the most exciting parts of Midtown Atlanta. It's directly connected to Georgia Tech's campus and serves as the city's innovation hotspot. You'll find everything from major corporate headquarters and cutting-edge startups to unique retail shops and great local food. It's got that perfect mix of college energy and urban buzz. This is also where you'll find Georgia Tech's Scheller College of Business. And the best part? We're just steps away from even more amazing places. Let's go explore.
If you're into biking, skating, walking, exercising, or even just people watching, then the Beltline is your place. The Beltline runs through some of the coolest neighborhoods in Atlanta and offers a lot of great places to grab a bite to eat.
The Atlanta Beltline is one of the best ways to explore the city. It connects you to a mix of restaurants, green spaces, pop-up markets, and public art. Whether you're grabbing food, going for a walk, or biking to meet up with friends, it's a great way to unwind after classes. And one of the coolest things? You're always discovering something new. A mural you hadn't seen, a hidden cafe, or a weekend event you didn't expect. There's always something happening on the Beltline.
We are here outside of Ponce City Market. Now, Ponce City Market is an old Sears building that now holds local shops and a food hall, and it even has a rooftop amusement park.
Ponce City Market sits right off the Beltline and is easily one of the coolest hangout spots in Atlanta. Whether you're meeting friends, grabbing a bite, or just exploring, there's always something to do. Inside, you'll find a huge food hall with everything from quick bites to gourmet meals. Plus, local shops and pop-up vendors perfect for browsing or picking up something unique. And don't miss the rooftop, Skyline Park, where you'll get sweeping views of the city, plus games like mini golf, skee ball, and more. Whether it's day or night, Ponce always delivers.
We are here in Centennial Olympic Park, and it's one of Atlanta's biggest tourist areas and only 1 mile from Georgia Tech's campus. But let me tell you, it's actually worth the hype. You have the Georgia Aquarium, the College Football Hall of Fame, the World of Coke, and you even have this really cool Ferris wheel.
This part of downtown Atlanta is packed with must-see spots. The Georgia Aquarium is one of the largest in the world, with over 11 million gallons of water and some truly incredible marine life. Right next door is the World of Coca-Cola. It's fun, interactive, and yes, you can sample soda flavors from around the globe. A few steps away, the National Center for Civil and Human Rights offers a powerful, moving experience that really stays with you. Just across the street, you've got the College Football Hall of Fame, a must for sports fans. And if you want the best views in the city, hop on the Skyview Ferris wheel. This whole area is perfect for a day of exploring when you're in the mood to play local tourist.
Whether it's football, soccer, or basketball, or even a concert, these venues are here to bring the energy. Mercedes-Benz Stadium and State Farm Arena are super close to campus, and they always have something going on.
This is where the action happens. Whether you're catching an Atlanta Falcons game, cheering on Atlanta United, or watching the Hawks light it up on the court, big name concerts also roll through here, so there's always something exciting going on. And the best part? Students can often score discounted tickets, so keep an eye out. The atmosphere is electric. From the crowds to the lights, the energy is unreal. This area is also getting a major upgrade, and lots of cool new spots are on the way.
When you think of Atlantic Station, you think of shopping, movies, and food, and of course, plenty of space to hang out.
Atlantic Station is a go-to spot for students. Whether you're grabbing lunch, catching a movie, or ice skating during the winter pop-up rink. It's walkable, fun, and super student-friendly. Plus, there's an IKEA right next door for all your dorm essentials.
If you're into art and culture, then the High Museum is the place you're going to want to visit in Atlanta. It's got classic pieces and bold modern art.
The High Museum of Art is just a short trip from campus. On the first Friday of each month, they host live music, art events, and more. It's the perfect quiet escape from tech with a wide variety of exhibits to explore.
One of the best things about Georgia Tech is being in Atlanta, not just near it. From food, fun, to culture, you're never too far away from something amazing.
Good morning, Yellow Jackets, and welcome to Bobby Dodd Stadium for the Masters ceremony at the Institute level. Hello, everyone. My name is Bryce Zimmerman. I am the Director of Social Media here for Georgia Tech in the Institute Communication Department. And what you are watching is Commencement Live, a 30-minute pre-show where we will introduce you to some of the graduates that will be here today and be honored with their master's degree. I'm joined alongside Evan, who's a part of our team as well. And Evan, this is always one of the most special days of the year. It's not just this ceremony. We've got, what, a half dozen ceremonies across campus today?
I mean, it's one of those days where you really can't help but be happy for all the graduates. They've put in all that hard work. They're earning at least their second degree, maybe third, maybe people getting 2 masters, who knows. But it's really one of those days where you couldn't just be more excited.
And we know, of course, throughout the day on campus, you're going to be taking photos, you're going to be tagging Georgia Tech. How can people share? Because we want to celebrate this day with them on social.
Okay, it's 2025, so everything is always about social media, right? So while you all are here today, students, family, when you're taking pictures, make sure you tag Georgia Tech, but also use the hashtag GT25 or the hashtag RamblingOn. Once again, that is hashtag GT25 or hashtag RamblingOn. So when you take your pictures with your loved ones, your friends, make sure you tag Georgia Tech so we can share as many as we can throughout the day.
We're going to start meeting our students here in just a minute, but at Georgia Tech, we believe that nothing is impossible. And here's a message about what you can do when you get your degree from Georgia Tech.
Impossible. We love that word.
Clear.
It's a challenge to explore the unknown, to sculpt the skylines, to map the human mind, and propel humanity to the edges of Earth. At Georgia Tech, we are determined to forge a better tomorrow because the world is counting on us. Impossible. It's not just a challenge, it's a calling.
All right, and we know now that Georgia Tech, nothing is impossible, and we're joined now by Shavika Bayana, who is the first student that we're going to talk to today. And Shavika, welcome to your master's ceremony.
Thank you.
And you're graduating with an MBA, so you're coming out of the Scheller School of Business. You're a double jacket, got your degree in 2019 as an industrial engineer. Why come back and get the MBA?
Yeah, so I love Georgia Tech, first of all. It's a great school. I met amazing people, and you know, having an engineering degree and then going into the workforce, I realized I wanted to round out my skills, learn business and people skills, and the MBA helped me to do exactly that.
Okay, so I have to ask, like you said, you were an engineer and now you're getting your MBA degree. I think you made a little pivot, right, on your job and your career while you're part of the program. Can you just tell everybody a little bit about this pivot?
Yeah. So I actually pivoted into the finance industry. I work at BlackRock now. So I came in with no finance experience, nothing to do with financials. And then, you know, through my MBA classes, through my investments classes, I realized that's something I'd be really interested in. And actually people in the MBA program referred me and helped me get this job. So it was a great outcome.
As an undergraduate in 2019, what was the biggest difference when you moved to the MBA and what you had to do to get your master's?
Yeah, I would say engineering was very hard at Georgia Tech. So the MBA, I felt like, was a little bit more rounded out. I learned a lot of different skills, more people skills. I also was working full time, so that was a little bit of different experience, but I had a great cohort that supported me, my family supported me, and everyone was just so amazing to be around. So I think that support that I had and the cohort that I was with really helped me get through the working and the academic balance.
So I think that's amazing, but while we have you here, I'm sure you have some people either watching online or maybe here in the audience. Is there anybody you want to say hi or thank you to while you have the opportunity here?
Yeah, I want to thank my parents. They've been my, rock since I've started at Georgia Tech, my sister, and then all my professors who have helped me since basically 2015, and my cohort as well.
Well, Shavika is already a member of the Alumni Association, but we've got a double jacket here, and every single one of you out there that is going to get your degree conferred, you will be a member of the Georgia Tech alumni family. Here's a message from our Alumni Association. So the Alumni Association, one of the best ones, I think, in the entire country, and we have another person who's going to be joining that shortly. This is Christy Coxon. But you are not a double jacket. You came from Baylor for your undergrad in 2017, but you were also a classmate of Shavika. So another member of the MBA program. Why Georgia Tech? Why did you want to be a part of this?
Yeah, so really what Georgia Tech, I think it's a staple here in Atlanta. I also work for Invesco right down the road. So it just seems like a natural fit for me when it came to picking an MBA program. Also, just this university has such prestige and recognition when it comes throughout the country. So for me, it was a no-brainer.
Okay, so you mentioned that you were working while you also were earning your degree. I'm just curious, like, how were you able to balance it all? And like, was that a challenge for you, or did it kind of just come? Was it easy for you at least?
I wish I could say it was natural, but it did come with some difficulty. It definitely is no small feat balancing 9 credit hours as well as a full-time job. But I'm really thankful that I dove into this program. It gave me really the skills I need to succeed in my corporate strategy job at Invesco.
And you were a member of the finance club while you were here at Georgia Tech. So still were able to get some extracurriculars in, even with the full-time job and the MBA schedule.
Yeah, of course. I think the finance club just really helped me make connections throughout the city. There are so many financial institutions as well as financial functions within companies that you can connect with. Also, the speakers are my favorite part. Just hearing from alumni or our relations that we have with companies throughout the city of Atlanta, bringing in those speakers just to inspire us and let us know what opportunities are out there.
I mean, that really does sound amazing. But I do have to ask, you said you're the director of corporate strategy currently at Invesco. What kind of skill set do you think you're going to take back to your current position after going through this program?
Yeah, during the program, I was able to really focus on my finance skills and strategy skills. And so I think by having this program have some flexibility to pick electives that really just help you hone in on your career, that's what I'm looking forward to, is just bringing those leadership skills and that finance and strategy skills to my position.
All right, we know that you have some family out there watching, maybe some folks back in Texas. You want to say hi to anyone?
Yeah, I just want to thank my mom and my dad and my family for all the support, as well as my amazing MBA cohort. A lot of life happens in an MBA. There's high highs and low lows. And so I'm just thankful for all the support all along the journey, and just so thankful that we are at this moment. So.
All right, that is another one of our amazing master's graduates today. We're about to send you to a video, but you all may think you know geography, but there's some people who really, really know geography. They're maybe even world champions. We're going to show you a video right now about the world champion of Geoguessr.
4 seconds left. Be the end of it. This will decide the winner. And it's Rado! Your Geoguessr 2025 World Champion!
Hi, I'm Radu Kasapu, and I'm the 2025 Geoguessr World Champion. All right, so this one I definitely recognize pretty immediately. I mean, this takes me back to my childhood. I definitely played on those water fountains a lot as a kid. This should just be right in my hometown, right at Swanee Center. So this one is definitely not in the US. One thing that I do notice right off the bat, yellow license plates on this commercial vehicle, which is something you see in Denmark. Also the use of double middle lines in Denmark is very common. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we should just be in Copenhagen. So Copenhagen obviously was the place where the 2025 Geoguessr World Championship was held. And I got to explore a bit, and of course, good memories from winning the whole thing. All right, I don't know if the Georgia Tech people are going to be happy to see this one, but this is at my undergrad university. It's right in the heart of University of Georgia. Okay, yeah, I mean, I know this place for sure. This is right by the College of Design, and yeah, I mean, I have a lot of my classes like right in these buildings right over here. This is where I park my bike when I go to class, so I know this place very well. It's just like right at Georgia Tech.
That is still one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Someone that can guess where you are within seconds of figuring out what it looks like on the map. If you're just walking into Bobby Dodd Stadium, you are tuned in to Commencement Live, our pre-show as we get you set for the start of ceremonies, which is scheduled for 9 a.m. I'm Bryce Zimmerman. This is Evan Atkinson. And Evan, we have over 5,500 master's degrees being conferred today over multiple ceremonies across campus. The festive atmosphere of these last 3 days with PhD, with undergrad yesterday and masters, I think it's unmatched in the Southeast.
I mean, I think Commencement Day at Georgia Tech is obviously one of the best days of the year. Doesn't matter if it's the fall, doesn't matter if it's the spring. Seeing these students be able to graduate and just a culmination of all their hard work always just feels amazing.
All right, we've got another student to introduce you to, someone who is another double jacket. This is Anna Hambrick.
I'm AK Hambrick, and I'm getting my master's in international affairs. I love Georgia, I love Atlanta, and I remember walking onto campus for the first time, and I loved it. The Sam Nunn School, the professors, they are just so good at what they do. They are so well researched, and they prepare the students very well for any international affairs pathway. I've just learned so many life skills just by taking classes here, and the relationships that I've made with professors and students, I think I'm just well set up for the future. I know that whatever I do, like the skills that I've learned here are gonna serve me well. I did a 2-month study abroad to Lisbon, Portugal, and Spain, and during that time I was able to develop great relationships with my students that were there, but also with locals. Did an exchange in Argentina with the Catholic University of Argentina. I was able to learn about international affairs from a different perspective. I was able to learn a lot about Argentine politics, about their foreign affairs and how they view international affairs in general, and it was a very enlightening experience. I loved Model NATO. We had our conference in Washington, D.C., and we were able to compete against a lot of other schools. I was really able to learn about diplomacy and how to handle relationships with other countries, how these countries dialogue with one another, and it was a really awesome experience. When I was growing up, my family was very involved in service work. We were a foster family for a while, and during my time with that, I was just exposed to a lot of hard realities. I realized that life was too short to focus on myself. I wanted to spend my life serving others. What I'm going to be doing in the future is I'm just going to be figuring out what's the best way that I can serve people, that I can serve my community or I can serve the international community. I'm very proud of being a double jacket. This school's incredible, and I'm just so thankful to be able to walk across the stage and be able to accept my diploma. That's just such an exciting experience for me.
We're back here with Anna, who actually goes by AK. We just found that out in the break. So we've got AK, International Affairs major, double jacket here at Georgia Tech. But what I thought was really cool that's not in the video is that you did Model NATO in DC. Yes. What was that experience like? What were you doing?
Model NATO is absolutely incredible. It's similar to Model UN. You basically are competing against other universities, and we were the United States. We were representing the United States. And my friend Natalie Pippin and I, we were a double del, meaning we were two partners for the nuclear planning group, and we basically were creating model policy for NATO.
And you solved the world's problems, right?
Yeah, solving the world's problems, basically. Yes.
Okay, so that's amazing. So you said you're getting your degree in international affairs.
Yes.
And while you're here, you also got to study abroad a few cool places. Can you just tell people where you were able to study abroad and why you thought that was important to do, for your particular major?
Yeah. So in my undergrad, I did a 2-month study abroad to Lisbon, Portugal, and I lived in Valencia, Spain for about a month. And during that time, I was really able to just see the world, travel across Europe, but also just learn Spanish. For my undergrad, I studied international affairs in Spanish, and so, and then I also, in my senior year, I studied and did an exchange in Argentina for 6 months, and I became kind of fluent. You can never be completely fluent in a language.
Translational.
Yeah, exactly. But I loved my time abroad. I think as an international affairs major, intercultural skills, intercultural communication is absolutely vital, and so. Yeah, I think studying abroad in Argentina and Valencia and Portugal were incredibly helpful for that and very, constructive.
I know you're a double jacket, so you probably have quite a few people out there you want to say hi to. I already heard a large cheering section right out here in the front. So who do you want to say hi to out there?
All right, well, I just want to say thank you to my mom and dad. They're the reason I'm alive, obviously, and they've just kept me supportive. My sister and my future brother-in-law, Caden, and then my poppy, thank you for coming. And then Natalie and Isabel, just sitting right there, love you. And all of Sam Nunn, you guys, my cohort's been awesome. I love you guys.
All right, thank you so much for being here. We're actually going to swap you out for someone else. So Anna's going to go ahead and head back to her seat. And we're going to bring in, let's see, you're going to have to introduce yourself because we don't know who you are. You're random. We grabbed right off the stage. So what's your name? What's your major?
So my name is Brian, and my major is Master of Cybersecurity in the School of Public Policy.
So the reason why we brought Brian is because you may notice all throughout the Bobby Dodd field that there's different colors on everyone's regalia. And so we brought you out to be kind of like our model here. So you've got what are these called, Evan? I forgot. Stole, right? The stole. What color is your stole? It's like
Navy.
So this is the Navy. This is for military though, right?
Yep.
So you got a special stole for being in the military.
Yep, that's correct.
That's super cool. And you'll also see out there'll be people with honors cords. There'll be gold and white. And that's like some of the cool things that you'll see when people cross the stage in their later ceremonies.
And so we have to ask you, while you're up here, I see you have this really cool United States Navy stole. Do you know what you're going to be doing after you earn your degree today?
Oh yeah, I'm actually doing cybersecurity at BlackRock. So yeah.
All right, that's really, really cool.
All right, well, thank you so much. So just as a reminder, the different colors mean the different colleges here at Georgia Tech for those stoles, and you'll see a lot of other ones too as people cross this stage. Okay, we're gonna meet one of our other students. Let's send it to a video about Antonia Kopp.
When it comes to combining the skills that I learn at Tech while also combining the skills that I'm learning while working full-time, they both develop into each other and really reinforce each other. I would say from Tech, the biggest skill that I take away is learning how to learn and learning how to overcome those problems and solve puzzles that you might not have encountered before. My name is Antonia Kopp, and I'm a master's student in environmental engineering. To be a double jacket, it's something I'm very proud of. It was really meaningful to be able to spend another year here at Georgia Tech. I fell in love with Georgia Tech in my undergrad, and it was amazing being able to come back and you know, prolong that experience. I wasn't ready to step away fully yet. Something I'm gonna miss about Georgia Tech, I would say, is the ability to be surrounded by individuals who are there to learn. I think it's easy to take it for granted when you're here, but having that ability to be surrounded by all the resources that we have at Georgia Tech, and everyone is interested in learning, everyone is here to improve themselves and one day improve their communities as well. Soon I will sit for the professional engineering exam. This is an exam that every engineer who wants to be licensed in the state of Georgia and beyond has to sit and take for. So in a couple months, I will start studying and sit for that eventually. I want to do things well. I want to do things thoroughly. So that's what drives me. There's a problem to be solved, and I want to work with others to solve it in the most efficient way possible.
You saw her on the video board. Now she's here with us at the Ramblin' Wreck as we get ready for this master's commencement ceremony. Antonia, you're a double jacket. You have done this before. You're also a full-time employee. I got to ask, why? Why would you do that to yourself and do a second degree while also working full-time?
It was certainly a challenge, but what drew me to do the second degree was I wanted to do wastewater treatment and water treatment. And there were electives in the master's degree program that I wanted to take to really dive in and get that more in-depth knowledge about water and wastewater treatment.
Okay, so we have a note here. You're the first woman in your family to earn a STEM degree. What drew you to STEM courses, right? You didn't have someone before you that kind of blazed the path. Like, what made you choose this for you?
Sure, well, I really loved math. Growing up, it was my favorite subject. And then in high school, I actually took a environmental science class, and it was that discussion about ecology and climate change and how humans interact with the natural environment that drew me in. And then when I was looking at options, I saw environmental engineering at Georgia Tech, and I knew that was what I wanted to do.
That's amazing.
All right, shout out time. Who's out there you want to say hello to?
Yes, absolutely. I have my family here, my parents, and 2 of my 3 brothers, and then my boyfriend as well. So I appreciate all of their support, and then of course the support of professors, peers, and coworkers along the way.
You know, I love the master's students because they're so good at giving shout outs. The undergrads, they get kind of flustered. Master's like, I know exactly who I want to thank.
Absolutely.
And for a double jacket like Antonia, there was a moment in time, probably not that long ago really, where she got her acceptance to Georgia Tech as an undergrad. It was just last week that thousands of Georgia students got their early acceptance. We visited some of those schools and had some emotional giveaways of those letters.
I know this is weird to see your parents and be out of class this morning, but I promise you're here for a good thing.
Tonight at 7 p.m. we are letting over 8,700 students know their admission decision, but we wanted to let you all know a little early.
So we have Carlos, we have Caroline, we have B.
I'd like to hand out something very special to y'all. So here you go. Don't open it yet. Don't open it yet. Don't open it yet.
So if you would go ahead and open the letters together and read the first line aloud together.
Congratulations, you have been accepted as a first-year student for the fall 2026. Congratulations!
Okay, one of my favorite times that we have at Commencement Live is when we get to interview a person that we know really well, and this happens to be one of our coworkers in Institute Communications, Byron Stokes. Thank you so much for doing this. Sometimes we have to pull teeth, but no, you were like, I want to be on Commencement Live.
I was
weren't
like,
you?
let me be here. I want to be here.
Byron's getting his degree in international security. You work full-time for us, so tell everyone what you do for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, so at Georgia Tech, I'm a systems support engineer. So essentially that means going to digital signage signs, doing some Python scripts, making sure everything is going well, and monitoring those systems, making sure everything is working properly.
Okay, so like Bryce mentioned, you already work with us. You already have a job. Why come back to earn this degree? What are you hoping to, get from this experience?
Well, sadly, I won't be here forever, right? So, no.
Well, don't say that.
Essentially, I just wanted to broaden my horizons, so to speak. So, combining cybersecurity with all the global issues that we're facing, right? We have AI that's, booming. We have Bitcoin, that's something that we all need to start thinking about. So, yeah, I just wanted to broaden my horizons about cybersecurity and technology in general.
And you had the opportunity to do that as an employee here, so you just walk right to class right after work?
Yeah, so what I did was I did have some evening classes. So right after my shift here, I would go and talk to my professors for a little bit and then, show up to class.
Okay, so we have in our notes, you're a big soccer fan. I already know that from just working with you. I guess you're going to be supporting the FIFA initiatives, World Cup initiatives here in Atlanta. What are you going to be doing with that?
Yeah, so essentially I'm the chair of the World Affairs Council of Atlanta Young Leaders. And what that means is I'll be partnering with FIFA and FIFA officials to kind of make a more welcoming environment here in Atlanta. There's a lot of initiatives that are going on at the council, and I'll be helping with spearheading those things, and I'm really excited about it.
All right, Byron, it's time to say hi to whoever you want to out there.
Hey, big shout out to all my family back in Iowa, all my family back in Tennessee, my wife, Aparna, love you. And it's going to be a great year.
All right, Byron, congratulations. We're going to take that mic from you, and we're going to switch you out with another master's graduate, so thank you very much. Byron's going to head over to the ceremony. We're going to bring in Maxwell Oglesby. Maxwell's got the mic. So you're an analytics major, Maxwell. Another double jacket. We really laid up on the double jackets this year. We put a lot of double jackets in the show. So tell us about your undergrad experience and then why move into the analytics.
Yeah, sure. So I finished up my bachelor's in business administration last year, and basically I saw how AI and analytics is kind of becoming the future, and I wanted to do a master's in analytics, and thankfully Georgia Tech has a really strong program, and I've really enjoyed my time here since.
So that's really great. So you're earning a degree, as we know, in analytics. I believe you already have like a job potentially lined up or something you're doing after graduation. Can you tell everybody what you're going to be doing?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll be an audit associate over at KPMG in the Atlanta office. So I'll be staying very local. And I actually have a nice view of Georgia Tech. We're over in the Truist building. It's been a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you got to take some photos and send them to us on social. Maybe we can end up posting them. All right, favorite memory from your time as an undergrad at Georgia Tech?
Yeah, it has to be, I'll say, last year when during homecoming we played ranked 4 Miami. We beat them, and I was up in the president's box. I got to meet a lot of awesome alumni, and then I also got to storm the field. It was a great win. Go Jackets.
All right, it's that time. Is there anybody here or watching online that you want to say hi or thank you to while you have the opportunity?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to my family, of course. I want to say thank you to the MSA cohort that I started with. And I want to say thank you to my SGA friends that I see spread out amongst the crowd.
All right, that is Maxwell. He's going to get into the crowd here in just a moment. We're only a few minutes away. We got one more student to meet, a person that was very involved in his time on campus, even if he came here just for his master's. Let's meet Aaron Fernandez.
There's not a lot of universities in the world where you can be top ranked academically, nationally competitive in athletics, and at the center of so much innovation. So those kind of three things combined together made tech the obvious choice when it was time to make a decision. My name is Aaron Fernandez, and I'm a Master's of Science student in Industrial Engineering. So for grad school, I knew I wanted to go experience a new part of the United States. I just knew that being in Atlanta, you'd have so much opportunity. We're here surrounded by tech square and companies that are literally inventing the future. And then on top of that, I just knew the resources and the alumni network would be unmatched. The Clemson win in September was definitely a highlight of my time here at Tech. In a sold-out Bobby Dodd Stadium, the score was tied 21-21. We were going for the 55-yard field goal attempt. And then the next thing I know, I was on the field surrounded by thousands of people, Georgia Tech alumni from many different generations, as well as a lot of Georgia Tech fans. And I think really the energy and spirit and pride in that moment is really when it kind of clicked that like being a Yellow Jacket was something special. I think it's so easy to have tunnel vision and get caught up in your coursework or research that you're passionate about. But I quickly learned that when you take time to get to know others, experience all that Georgia Tech has, build some of those relationships, those experiences can be just as valuable as things from in the classroom. It truly does show that while a master's program may only be a few semesters here at Georgia Tech, as a Georgia Tech student, you're now joining a lifelong community. After graduation, I'll be going back to California and serving as a product manager at IBM. Whether it's homecoming traditions, game days, or studying for a challenging midterm or group project, or even the rare snow day we got to experience last year, I've quickly learned that Georgia Tech students are able to make the most of any kind of experience or opportunity. And there's definitely a sense that we're all in this together.
All right, we are here with Aaron Fernandez. So we just found this out, but you're originally from California. You said you had never been to the state of Georgia until 2 days before this program. How did it feel being able to come to Georgia Tech, and what was that experience like, your first couple of days?
I think it's pretty clear today that the weather's obviously not as sunny as it always is. So obviously getting used to the humidity, but also I think we really got to experience all four seasons during the past year and a half. I just remember the snow day from last year and just seeing everyone outside and really taking advantage of it. But there's so much opportunity here in Atlanta and just seeing what's around us. So it's been a great experience.
I have to ask, your first visit to Atlanta, your first visit to Georgia, where did you eat? Like, did you pick some place that you definitely had to eat at that you heard of? Waffle House, Chick-fil-A, anything like that?
Definitely Chick-fil-A. That was like, I heard it's a staple. It's headquartered here, and I just remember the line was packed in the student center. So clearly they're doing something right.
All right, so you did not come to Georgia Tech as an undergrad. You came here as a master's student, but you were heavily involved with just a lot of different things.
We saw him yesterday. He's at undergrad. He's working
right.
undergrad yesterday.
So I have to ask, why get involved, right? A lot of masters don't get involved to the level you do. Why did you feel like that was important for yourself?
I was involved a little bit with student government in undergrad, but I just knew that Georgia Tech has so much to offer in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. So getting involved was not only an opportunity to give back to the Institute, but really to take in all that Tech has to offer, especially as a master's student. Being able to engage with a lot of the units and services students interact with outside of the classroom was important, but also Tech has so much tradition, whether it's game days, the mini 500, freshman cake race, those are all things master's students can participate in. And so I saw that as a way to get involved there as well.
And now that you've got this master's degree, we understand the plan is to head back to IBM.
Yep, in San Jose, that's where I'm originally from. Maybe in a couple of years I'll venture out to another area, but really looking forward to going back. I was fortunate to intern there last summer.
And then, are you going on a trip before you start working though? Did I see that? You're going to travel around Asia?
Hoping to. So I never did study abroad during my time in undergrad, and I definitely have a month or so before I start work. So really want the opportunity to experience different parts of the world. So much of the world is here on this campus and in the classroom, and so I've definitely got some pointers from other students. And I'm looking forward to just taking their advice and exploring somewhere in Asia.
I actually really, really love that perspective. But it's that time, right? Is there anybody here in the audience or online that you want to say hi or thank you to?
My parents and my family, they've made so many sacrifices for me to be here today and just throughout my educational career. but also to the staff and volunteers who are out here in the cold and making the celebration for us possible.
All right, thank you so much, Aaron. Bro, take that mic from that. Handshake too, yeah, absolutely. I'll grab your microphone. You're gonna get back to your seat, and hey, we're seconds away. We're gonna start this thing up. We are ready for Master's ceremony in just a few minutes. But Evan, final thoughts as we get ready for our final graduation ceremony of the day.
Just make sure you all enjoy today. For the students, the family, you all took the time to come out here, celebrate yourselves. This is a time to really just appreciate all your hard work and just enjoy this morning with each other.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those that have worn the white and gold, the brave and bold, our Master's ceremony at Georgia Tech is about to begin. Let's have a hell of a commencement, everybody.
Good morning and welcome to Georgia Tech Fall Commencement. Graduates, please rise for the faculty processional.
Good morning and welcome. Buenos dias, bienvenidos. Please rise and remain standing as we sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, guys. You killed it. Awesome job. Awesome job. Please be seated. My name is Angel Cabrera, and I have the privilege of serving as Georgia Tech's president. Before we get started today, I would like for us to take a moment to recognize all veterans, active duty members, and first responders. So if you have served in any branch of the U.S. military or have served as a first responder, please rise so we can thank you. Thank you. Well, what a wonderful day it is on Hyundai Field. More on that later. Graduates, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, and friends, my heart is full as I welcome you to the 269th commencement exercises at the Georgia Institute of Technology. It is a true pleasure to be together in celebration of these graduates and their academic achievements. We have a few special messages for you today. The first one is from one of the graduating students. Let me introduce you to Justin Huang, a master's degree candidate in analytics who comes from LA, who's brought his wonderful family with him and who will give the student reflection. Justin?
Fellow graduates, esteemed faculty, and to all family and friends, our incredible support staff, thank you for joining us on this extraordinary day. My own journey here at Georgia Tech started in the fall of 2021. The 4 years that followed were a testament to balance or maybe just sheer dumb endurance. Like many of you, I was trying to manage a full-time job while running on pure caffeinated willpower. Many nights after helping my own 2 kids with their homework, I barely found the motivation to complete my own assignments. For 4 years, I often slept 3 to 5 hours a night, constantly pounding my head against the wall. I asked myself, why am I doing this, as I already landed a great job in analytics at Kaiser right around the same time I got accepted at Georgia Tech. But I've never known myself as a quitter. And what does a non-quitter do when faced with enough stress? Focus on a new crazy goal, to become, for the first time in my life, a straight A student. And why? Why torture myself further when a recruiter would rather ask how many years older Google is than my GPA? The reason was selfish and surprisingly silly, because I wanted to earn the ultimate dad brag. The kind of leverage I can pull out with my kids when they complain about grades. Listen, kids, your old man was a straight A student at Georgia Tech. What's your excuse? Pure motivational leverage. Talking about family life and finances, we all know the economy isn't doing the greatest. For the last year, I genuinely debated whether showing up in person for commencement was the right choice. The cost of getting me here to Atlanta was basically a family trip to Tokyo, which means I passed up the best Disneyland in the world and some truly incredible yakitori. But now, standing here on stage, if you were to ask me if I made the right choice, the answer is unequivocally yes. The diploma, it's a great piece of paper to hang on the wall. Academic achievements, while great, don't mean much as you get older. But being here today, right now, with all of you, is unforgettable. Look around you. To every yellow jacket that was online or in person, finally reaching the last step to this marathon. This moment in this stadium, this is the currency of what truly matters. The collection of moments we create with one another. It's what makes you truly live longer and what gets left behind when our journey here is done on Earth. And for our parents, children, spouses, friends, and other loved ones, this is a core memory of watching their loved one fulfill a challenging milestone. We are leaving Georgia Tech not only with knowledge, but with resilience and a whole collection of great stories. Memories from those late nights and stressful tests, the character forged in that fire of that experience, that is our legacy. Let's commit to taking those experiences forward and building upon them in the next chapter. Congratulations, class of 2025. Now let's continue to live a life worth remembering. Thank you.
Straight A's. That's unbelievable. Awesome. Thank you, Justin. Boy, straight A's. That is great bragging rights. Listen, kids, your dad, straight A student. So today, one of the things that will happen is that you will be joining the impressive family of Georgia Tech alumni. This is a community of leaders, innovators, thinkers, doers, spanning the world. Many of them are here with you to celebrate your success. And I want to take a moment. If you have a degree from Georgia Tech, please stand up or raise your hand so we can also recognize you. Love it. Wow. I love it. This is lots of repeat customers. This is great. What a great picture. Love it. Congratulations. So now to formally welcome you into the Fellowship of Georgia Tech Alumni, I'm pleased to introduce to you Rita Breen, a psychology graduate of the class of 1990 and industrial engineering graduate from the class of 1992 and the chair of the Georgia Tech Alumni Association. Rita? Thank you.
On behalf of the Alumni Board of Trustees, good morning to the graduates and families and friends who are here. Today is finally here. You have earned your advanced degree. You did it. We are so proud to welcome you to the Georgia Tech Alumni Association, one of the most powerful and coveted networks in the world. This network is the Georgia Tech family of 220,000 alumni across the globe. Warm congratulations to all of you, our newest members. Some of you, like me, are now double jackets. Others have spent the last year or two right here on this campus. Yet others may be here today for the very first time in Atlanta. And some online may have yet to visit in person, and we hope you do soon. Like you, our alumni Yellow Jackets are unique individuals with shared traits. Georgia Tech instilled these in us, including discipline, perseverance, and resilience. Tech taught us that we can do hard things and solve interesting problems. It taught us to speak freely, to think independently, and to work together to achieve results in and outside the classroom. No matter your path, you've left your mark on this place and are now leaping into the next, a world that's evolving so fast, driven by unprecedented technological change. You are already a part of Georgia Tech's legacy, and you will build on this legacy throughout your life. The sense of community you created can continue as an alum. As you find yellow jackets on your job, in your city, find new leadership opportunities as a student mentor, a host of an alumni gathering, or in the next class of 40 under 40. And when you're ready to change jobs, need advice on buying your first home, or looking for that patent attorney, you can lean into this tremendous network. We want to celebrate you when you get married, when you have kids, when you land a new role, earn a promotion, start a business, or receive an award. This is what friends and families do, and that's who your fellow alumni are. Friends and families also help the next generation. One of the biggest ways alumni make a difference for the next generation of students is through roll call. For 80 years, the Fund for Excellence has benefited Georgia Tech students. You may notice graduates wearing roll call pins as part of their regalia. Thank you, thank you. These new graduates have already given to roll call to support current and future Georgia Tech students. Of the many rewards Georgia Tech offers, the most valuable are the friendships and relationships you formed here. Get involved with the Alumni Association, and those bonds and relationships will continue to grow as you navigate life, family, and career. With a variety of programs and engagement opportunities, there is something for everyone. And if you're lucky, you might finally meet George P. Burdell in person. And if you don't know who George P. Burdell is, you can come and find me later and I'll tell you. Heartfelt congratulations. You've attained an incredible accomplishment, and many more are sure to follow. Here's to the hell of a future to each and every one of you. Go Jackets!
Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you, Rita. So this weekend, in the various ceremonies we're conducting, we are celebrating 7,177 amazing new graduates from the Georgia Tech's class of 2025. The masters that we honor today represent 59 countries. Together, if you look at all the talent gathered here today, together all these scholars know how to build satellites and robots, bridges, cars, medical devices. They can create and they can run businesses. They can help shape better policies. They're versed in chemistry, in biology, in psychology. They can mine intelligence from complex data. They understand markets. They understand government. They understand what our collective history teaches us about our future. These soon-to-be alums of Georgia Tech come from all over the world. They have traveled the world. They can communicate in dozens of languages. They have learned to listen to one another, to respect what others have to say, even especially when they disagree. They have learned to work with and learn with people who are different from themselves. These people are confident, capable, creative problem solvers. They have learned the power of collaboration, and they have been empowered to lead. And for all those reasons, this gathering today makes me extremely hopeful about our future. But for all this potential to make a difference, there's something you need to remember. Those are the two words on our seal: progress and service. These are the two words that define us as a community. They signify our belief in the power of innovation and ingenuity to serve a greater purpose, to improve the human condition. We don't believe in technology for its own sake, but because of its potential to help people live better lives. That's what we are about. Now, some of you already work in very well-established companies or have launched yours, or you may switch to another company or create a new startup. Some of you are bound to careers in academia or in government. Whatever you do, I know you'll be successful. I know that because of the character that brought you here in the first place. But remember that your true success will not be measured by how much money you make, but by the value that you create for others. And don't get me wrong, money you will make, some of you, a lot of it. And when you're rich and famous, remember we know where you live. I will come find you. Remind you about Georgia. I have a beautiful building there waiting for you to put your name on. Scholarship program. So nothing wrong with that. Yet at the end of the journey, what will make you proud, what will make all of us proud, your family, your friends, your faculty, is what you did to lift others up, what you did to make a difference in our world. No pressure, but as we like to say around here, we can do that. Today we celebrate you, your accomplishments, your potential, but I want to thank you in advance for all the things that you are going to do out there. Now, joining us today, some here in a cold morning in Atlanta, some of you following online, are lots of family members, friends, colleagues, children who've supported you while you were going through this program. We all know perfectly well that you would not be here if it weren't for them, and because of that, I want to thank each one of you. I also want to thank the faculty and the staff members who have guided and mentored the students, offering time, wisdom, and expertise to help our graduates reach their fullest potential. Now I'm honored to introduce some of the members of the platform so you know who is here to celebrate you. Please hold your applause as they stand when I call their names. We have Larry Jacobs, our Senior Vice Provost, Bonnie Ferry, Vice Provost for Graduate Education, Leslie Sharp, Dean of Libraries, Bill Gaudelli, Dean of the College of Lifetime Learning, David Joyner, Associate Dean, College of Computing, Elizabeth Cherry, Associate Dean, College of Computing, Alice Dare Young, Associate Dean, Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts, Javier Irizarry, Associate Dean, College of Design, Irina Orlova, College of Administrative Officer at Scheller, Christos Alexopoulos, Associate Chair, the College of Engineering, John Stein, our Dean of Students, Abigail Tumpy, our Vice President of Institute Communications, and our mace bearer today, Michelle Reinhardt, Vice Provost for Faculty. Thank you all so very much. And I know some of you may not believe it, but we fully know what we have put you through. Some of us have gone through it ourselves, so we're fully aware of it. Although in some of you, like Justin just said, on top of going through your Georgia Tech program, you really had to tend to your family, to your job. What you've done is pretty impressive. And today, that's what we're celebrating. Now, as some of you know, I've played different roles at Georgia Tech over the years. I've been a student, an alum, a parent, an advisor, and now I serve as president. I even found my wife here, Beth Cabrera, who's with us today, somewhere up there. So I know very well that being a Yellow Jacket is something very special. The Georgia Tech diploma is something you will treasure for the rest of your life. It can be transformative. It will be transformative. It was for me. And like so many students through the generations, I can proudly say that nothing that I have accomplished I would have without what I learned here, without the people that I met here. Now it's your turn. You are forever connected to this great institution, and we cannot wait to see the great things that you will continue to do. Now it's time to look ahead, to push forward, to go out and make the impact on the world like only Yellow Jackets can. Congratulations, class of 2025. So now it is my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Jose Munoz, President and CEO of Hyundai Motor Company. Dr. Munoz assumed his role at the start of 2025, making history as the first non-Korean to lead the company. Under his leadership, Hyundai has strengthened its commitment to mobility innovation and sustainable transportation, embracing electrification, diverse powertrain technologies, and a forward-looking vision of smart mobility. And by the way, if you want to see what all that looks like, you have a beautiful Ioniq 9 right there on that corner for you to enjoy. Made right here in Savannah, Georgia. Talk to him, he'll give you a good deal. Since joining Hyundai in 2019, he has overseen dramatic growth, achieving record sales and expanding market share, even amid global supply chain challenges. This morning, he joins us to share his insights. As many of you prepare to step into your careers and shape the future yourselves, I hope his remarks inspire and challenge you. Jose has become a dear friend. He today becomes an official member of our community because we have some exciting business to tend to before he gets to address us. He's getting an honorary degree from Georgia Tech. This is the most significant honor a university can confer on an individual, and we're proud to bestow Georgia Tech's honorary degree on Jose Munoz for his partnership and service to our institute. I'm going to ask him and Provost Villa to come join me. And this is what the honorary degree citation reads. Whereas Jose Munoz has profoundly affected the world around him as the President and Chief Executive Officer of Hyundai Motor Company, a global leader in the automotive industry, has advanced new technologies and partnerships to make transportation safer and more sustainable, has nurtured the mutually beneficial relationship between Hyundai and Georgia Tech, providing support for research and innovation at the Institute, as well as for Georgia Tech athletics, and through his leadership of Hyundai Motor Company, has created opportunities for Tech students and faculty and for thousands of Georgians across the state. Now, therefore, we do hereby confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto appertaining, in witness whereof the signatures of the Chancellor of the University System and many others. Jose, with this distinguished honor, we proudly recognize you on behalf of the entire Yellow Jacket community. Thank you and congratulations. All right, let's do a photo.
Excellent. Well, what an honor to be here with you all at the Hyundai Stadium. First and foremost, let me do my job. Indeed, you can get a very nice offer for the Ioniq 9, made in Georgia. President Cabrera, distinguished faculty, proud families, and most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you for inviting me to share this special moment with you. I have to tell you, standing here today brings back memories I thought I'd forgotten. President Cabrera and I share something beyond our roles in education and industry. We both studied at the Polytechnic University of Madrid. Angel, I got to say, you've done considerably better with your degree than I did. You became president of one of America's greatest technical universities. I ended up selling cars. That's the first lesson I want to share today. The path from where you start to where you end up is rarely a straight line. And that's exactly how it should be. When I was sitting where you are today, finishing my PhD in nuclear engineering, I had an obvious picture of my future. I would work in nuclear power plants or perhaps in aerospace. I had already worked on rockets. I understood the mathematics of nuclear reactions. I could calculate the trajectories of objects leaving Earth's atmosphere. I thought I was prepared for a very specific career. I was working so many long hours in those days that I kept missing the train home night. So I needed to buy a car. My need for reliable transportation took me to a dealership. And this is where I met my wife, whose family ran the dealer. This began my work in the auto industry. Because of the need of mobility, I met the two loves of my life, my wife and this industry. I worked at a Citroën dealership in Spain, learning how to sell cars to families who needed reliable transportation. I didn't know that many years later, I'd be helping Toyota build their dealer network across Europe, or that 30 years later, I'd be leading Nissan's operations in China and North America, or that today, I'd be the CEO of Hyundai Motor Company, leading a company of more than 120,000 people around the world. None of that was in the plan. But here is what I've learned. The most valuable thing my engineering education gave me wasn't the specific formulas or the particular technical knowledge, but those had their place. What it gave me was a way of thinking, a methodology for solving problems, a respect for data, an understanding that complex systems require both precision and flexibility, and most importantly, an absolute commitment to safety and quality, because in nuclear engineering and aerospace, 99% isn't good enough. It has to be 100% every single time. Those principles have served me every day of my career, even though I haven't calculated a nuclear cross-section in decades. You're graduating into a world that's transforming faster than any previous generation has experienced. Artificial intelligence is reshaping entire industries. Robotics are changing the nature of work. Climate change is forcing us to reimagine energy and transportation. Geopolitics are creating new challenges and uncertainties. Some people find this overwhelming. I find it exhilarating. You may have heard about a factory we just opened in Savannah, Georgia, about 3 hours from where we're sitting here right now. And the Motor Group Meta Plant America is one of the most advanced automotive manufacturing facilities in the world. We are building electric vehicles with a level of automation and artificial intelligence that didn't exist 5 years ago. Here is what's interesting. When we announced this $12.6 billion investment, some people said, robots are going to take all the jobs. Why is this good for Georgia? But that's not what happened. That's not what's happening. Yes, we have robots, lots of them. We have Boston Dynamics robots doing quality inspections. We have AI systems optimizing production schedules. We have automated guided vehicles moving parts around the factory. And we are hiring 8,500 people. But here is the key. These aren't the same jobs that existed in automotive manufacturing 20 years ago. Our MetaPros, that's what we call our team members, aren't just operating machinery. They're programming robots. They're analyzing data from AI systems. They're troubleshooting complex interactions between humans and machines. They're doing work that requires the kind of technical education that many of you have just completed. We are not choosing between humans and robots. We are creating partnerships between humans and robots. The jobs of the future aren't disappearing. They are evolving. And the people who will drive are those who evolve with them, who commit to being lifelong learners, who stay curious, who adapt. I want to talk about why adaptation matters, not just for individuals, but for organizations. At Hyundai, we often say that adapting is part of our DNA. This comes from our founder and our executive chair. This isn't just corporate speak. It's been essential to our survival and success. When I joined Hyundai back in 2019, we were growing, but we faced questions about whether a Korean automaker could truly compete with established global brands. Then came the pandemic. Then came a global microchip shortage that shut down production across our industry. Then came inflation and supply chain disruptions. Then came dramatic policy changes around electric vehicles and manufacturing. Then came tariffs and trade tensions. Every single one of those challenges could have derailed us. Instead, we've grown. We've achieved consecutive record results. Hyundai Motor Group is now the third largest automaker in the world. In the United States, we are the #2 EV brand behind only Tesla. How? Not by having the perfect plan that anticipated every challenge, not by being lucky, and certainly not by being stubborn or rigid. We succeeded through flexibility and resilience. We succeeded by maintaining clear principles: safety, quality, treating customers like honored guests, treating employees with respect, while being completely flexible about tactics. When EV adoption was faster than expected, we accelerated our electric vehicle plans. When hybrid demand surged, we doubled our hybrid lineup. When tariffs threatened our competitiveness, we localized production. When customers wanted to buy cars online, we partnered with Amazon. When autonomous vehicles needed a manufacturing partner, we worked with Waymo. We didn't pick one path and insist the world follow us. We created multiple paths and stayed ready to adjust based on what customers wanted and what the world needed. This is what resilience looks like in practice: strong roots, flexible branches. Your technical education has given you the roots, the fundamental principles of engineering, science, mathematics, and rigorous thinking, but you'll need to grow flexible branches. The ability to apply those principles in contexts you can't yet imagine, to problems that don't exist yet, using tools that haven't yet been invented. Let me return to something I mentioned earlier, that experience in nuclear engineering and aerospace. When you work on nuclear reactors, 99.9% safety isn't acceptable. When you work on rockets, 99.9% reliability isn't good enough. These are fields where the margin of error is essentially zero, where small mistakes have catastrophic consequences. This taught me something I carried into every role I've held since. There are certain things where excellence isn't negotiable. Safety is one. When you're building vehicles that families will drive, when you're creating factories where thousands of people will work, safety cannot be compromised, ever. Not for speed, not for cost, not for convenience. Quality is another. A customer trusts us with their hard-earned money, often one of the largest purchases they'll make. We have an absolute obligation to deliver quality that honors that trust. Integrity is a third. Your reputation, personal or corporate, is built over years and can be destroyed in moments. Sacrificing reputation for short-term gain is never worth it. But here is what I've also learned. While these core principles must be absolute, almost everything else should be flexible. How you achieve safety can evolve. The tools you use to deliver quality can change. The methods you employ to maintain integrity can adapt. The key is knowing the difference, understanding which principles are your foundation, non-negotiable and permanent, and which processes are your tools, adaptable and temporary. This brings me to perhaps the most important challenge I want to leave you with today. We live in a time of tremendous division, political polarization, social fragmentation, online echo chambers, constant pressure to pick sides, join tribes, declare allegiance. Into this world, you're graduating with incredible technical skills and knowledge. People will seek your opinions. Companies will want your talents. Special interests will want your support. Before you get swept up in all of that, I want to challenge you to do something. Write your personal constitution, your own Bill of Rights, the principles you stand for, the values you won't compromise, the line you won't cross. Not what your parents believe, not what your professors taught, not what your friends expect, not what's trending on social media. What do you believe? What matters to you? What principles will you live by? I'm not talking about political positions or policy preferences. Those will evolve as you learn more. I'm talking about fundamental values like this. Will you prioritize truth over convenience? Will you treat people with dignity even when you disagree with them? Will you give credit to others for their contributions? Will you admit when you're wrong? Will you stand up for someone being treated unfairly, even when it's not popular? Will you do the right thing, even when no one's watching? These are the questions that define character. You won't need to share your answers with everyone. You don't need to post them online. You don't need to argue about them at every opportunity. But you need to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and know that you are living according to your principles, that you're being true to yourself. I've worked in 6 different countries. I've led teams spanning dozens of cultures. I've navigated corporate politics in multiple languages. I've seen good people lose their way because they were so busy trying to please others or climb the ladder that they forgot who they were and what they believed. Don't let that happen to you. Write down your principles, review them periodically, update them as you learn and grow. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. But always know what they are, because when you face a difficult decision, and you will, you need that North Star to guide you. I want to tell you about someone who shaped my North Star, my father. My dad was in the military. He worked hard to help pay for my schooling, but we never had enough money for extracurricular activities or sporting events. There were sacrifices our family made that I didn't fully appreciate until I was much older. But here is what my father did. He made sure I had the best textbooks, and he bought me a brand new Texas Instruments calculator, the programmable kind, which was very expensive at the time. He was teaching me a lesson about priorities. You can't have everything, but you can invest in the things that matter most. Education, tools that open doors, the foundation for your future. When I was young, my dad shared with me Rudyard Kipling's poem called If. It is a meditation on what it means to have character and resilience. He gave it to me on paper from an old-fashioned typewriter. I've kept that paper my entire life. It has guided me through moments of doubt and when the path forward wasn't clear. Let me share a few lines that have stayed with me. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for the doubting too, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those 2 impostors just the same, if you can feel the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Those words have carried me through my life. I hope they might carry some of you as well. Now, having told you to define your principles, let me tell you something that seems contradictory. This is the perfect time in life to experiment, to try things, to take risk. You know why my career path from nuclear engineering to automotive CEO worked? Because I was willing to try things that didn't fit the expected trajectory. I was willing to work at a car dealership when I had a PhD. I was willing to learn about dealer networks when I was trained as an engineer. Granted, I was also in love. I was willing to move countries, learn languages, work for different companies, take on roles I'd never done before. Some experiments failed. I've been part of companies that struggled. I've championed strategies that didn't work. I've made mistakes. But I've learned from every experience. Every failure taught me something that made the next opportunity more likely to succeed. You have a Georgia Tech degree. That's valuable, not because it guarantees success, but because it gives you options. It proves you can handle difficult material. It demonstrates you can solve complex problems. It opens doors. But which doors you walk through and what do you do once you are inside, that's up to you. If the first job doesn't work out, try another. If the first career doesn't fit, find a different one. If the first city isn't home, move. If the first industry isn't fulfilling, switch. The only real failure is stopping before you find where you belong. I want to close with this thought. Despite all the challenges and uncertainties in the world today, this is an incredible time to be starting your career. The problems we face are real. Climate change, energy security, mobility access, technological disruption, and social division. But every one of those problems represents an opportunity for someone with your education and your capabilities to make a meaningful difference. At Hyundai, we are working on electric vehicles to reduce emissions. We are developing hydrogen fuel cells to clean energy. We are partnering on autonomous vehicles to impose safety. We are using robotics and AI to make manufacturing more efficient and create better jobs. We are investing in communities to create economic opportunity. We are not doing this just because it's good business. We're doing it because it's part of our Progress for Humanity vision. The belief that technology and innovation should make life better for everyone, not just for some. That's what engineers is really about, isn't it? Not just the math and the science and the technical knowledge. Engineering is about applying human ingenuity to improve the human condition. You now have the knowledge and the skills to do that. The question is, what will you choose to work on? What problems will you help solve? What will you build? What will you improve? What will your contribution be? Class of 2025, you're graduating from one of the world's finest technical universities. You've earned your degrees through hard work, late nights, difficult problem sets, and probably more stress than you care to remember. You should be proud. Your family should be proud. Georgia Tech should be proud. But remember, graduation isn't the end of your education. It's just the beginning. At Hyundai, we remind people of the 3 H for success. Stay hungry. Never be satisfied. The moment you think you have arrived is the moment you start falling behind. Stay humble. No matter how much you achieve, remember where you came from. Listen to others. Admit what you don't know. And be the hardest worker in the room. There is no substitute for effort. But today, I want to add a 4th H, health. Always look out for your health. You can have all the ambition and drive in the world, but if you don't take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, none of it is sustainable. So protect it. And there is one more letter I want to add, F, for family first. No success in business means anything if you sacrifice the people who matter most. I've been blessed beyond measure with my wife, who I met at that dealership so many years ago, and our twin daughters. They are all American citizens, and a few years ago, I became an American citizen as well. And maybe someday, you'll find yourself standing where I am today, looking back at a career you never could have predicted, grateful for every unexpected turn that brought you here. It is time to be a Georgia Tech graduate. It's never been a greater time for that. Thank you, congratulations, and go Yellow Jackets.
I hope you took notes, mental notes. That was amazing. All right, well, graduates, as we've discussed, this was not a small feat that you just did, so let us take a moment to reflect on and celebrate your incredible achievement. We now come to the moment we've been waiting for, which is the actual conferral of your degree. I am pleased to welcome Provost Rahim Villa, who will introduce the academic deans by college. The deans, in turn, will present the degree candidates.
You guys ready to make some noise? All right, let's get started. Dean Vivek Sarkar will present the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Computing.
All right. Candidates for Masters of Science degrees in the College of Computing, please rise and cheer as loudly as you can with all your computing spirit. And let's everyone join in cheering these awesome graduates. So proud of all of you. President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting to you these exceptional candidates for Master of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for these degrees. Our graduates arrive here today by three distinctive pathways. Our on-campus master's students, our joint BSMS students who started here as undergraduates, and of course those who completed their degree through our world-leading online Master of Science programs. Three paths united by the same high standards of excellence and commitment to progress and service. These graduates are the most innovative, technology-driven, socially responsible, and often nocturnal individuals who have demonstrated unparalleled dedication in completing the rigorous requirements of a master's degree from the College of Computing. They will do us proud and change the game in our brave new world of computing and AI.
All right. You may be seated. We're going to go to the next group. Dean Amanda Murdy will present the candidates for master's degrees in the Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts.
Candidates for Masters of Science degrees in Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts, please rise and cheer. President Cabrera, the Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts provides students with knowledge and skills that enable them to work across technological and non-technological realms, to define and solve complex problems, and to develop tech savvy that distinguishes them among their professional peers. Today, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Masters of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for these degrees. Congratulations.
All right, you guys can take a seat. Next group, Dean Anuj Mehrotra will present the candidates for master's degrees in the Scheller College of Business.
Candidates for the master's degrees in the Scheller College of Business, please rise and let's show our Scheller spirit. President Cabrera and Provost Bea, I join the world-class faculty of the Scheller College of Business to present the candidates who will lead innovation in business and technology. These candidates for the master's degrees have been stellar at Scheller and have completed the requirements of these degrees. Congratulations.
All right, you may be seated. The next group, Dean Ellen Bassett will present the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Design.
So if Scheller is stellar, design is divine. All right. Candidates for the Masters of Science degrees in the College of Design, please rise and cheer. You can do it. All right. President Cabrera, the College of Design develops new technologies, anticipates the future of buildings, environments, and cities, and changes the way people experience art, everyday objects, and their immediate surroundings. Today, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for Master of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for the degrees. Congratulations.
All right, the next group. Assistant Dean Jennifer Levy will present the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Sciences.
right. College of Sciences is a little no-nonsense, so here we go. Candidates for Masters of Science degrees in the College of Sciences, please rise and cheer. All right. President Cabrera, the College of Sciences is developing leaders and scientific solutions to improve the human condition and create a better world. Today, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for Master of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for those degrees. Congratulations.
All right. And finally, Associate Dean Matthew Block will present the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Engineering.
There are a few engineers at Georgia Tech, right? Candidates for Master of Science degrees in the College of Engineering, please rise and make some noise. President Cabrera Dinbia, not only is the College of Engineering the largest in the country, it is consistently ranked among the nation's top engineers program with a reputation as a global leader and innovator. Today, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for Master of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for these degrees. Scheller is stellar, design is divine, but you are a hell of an engineer. Congratulations.
All right, Mr. President, I think they are ready for you.
All right. So, I'm going to wait until you all sit down, so I ask you to stand up again. All candidates, please rise. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Georgia Institute of Technology and by authority of the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I now confer upon each of you the degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Now, graduates, to symbolize your achievement, you may move your tassel on your motherboard from the right to the left. Please join me in congratulating these impressive new graduates of Georgia Tech. We ask that you remain standing for a second while the platform party recesses, and then I invite all of you to join in the singing of the greatest fight song in the world, the Ramblin' Wreck. Yes, even online students, you have to learn, memorize this song. Graduates should remain in their seat until the conclusion of the fight song. Thank you for joining us today. Enjoy your degree celebrations later today, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
whiskey clear. I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. Well, if I had a daughter, sir, I'd dress her in white and gold and put her on the campus to cheer the brave and bold. Well, if I had a son, sir, I'd tell you what he'd do. He would yell to hell with Georgia like his daddy used to do. I wish I had a barrel of rum and sugar 3,000 pounds, a college bell to put it in and clapper to serve it round. I drink to all good fellows who come from far and near. I'm a rambling, gambling, hell of an engineer. Hey!
Thank you for attending Georgia Tech's Fall Commencement. Families will meet their graduate outside the stadium and proceed to their college ceremonies. College of Computing graduates and guests are welcome to remain in the stadium. Have a wonderful day and go Jackets!